Hello everyone, welcome back to Is Your Six Covered? A few of you have asked, what do you carry in your vehicle? So I'll go over that right now. I went from a military, if you look at some of my old videos, it's under V.E.B for Vehicle Emergency Box or Bag. And I used a military can that was fairly large. I don't remember the caliper, it was larger than the 50 cal, it was about twice as tall but the same width. And inside of here I ended up going with just a regular backpack, and for a few reasons. One being that if I'm not in the vehicle and if my wife's in the vehicle, this thing has a little bit of weight to it, so it has a handle so you can take it out of the trunk and drag it along if she needed to. It is a backpack as well. The straps are located in here so you could carry it as a backpack. So it's a little more functional than a big military can. One thing nice about the military can was you could put stuff in the back of your truck and not have to worry about your equipment inside your bag getting screwed up. But I'll go over it. Basically it has this pocket here. This was one of the kids' bags they no longer use, and it's not a tactical looking backpack, so it's a little easier to walk out into the forest with. It is high visibility, which is a plus and a minus, but I'll try to make this video fast because there's a lot of stuff to show. Basically some trash bags. If you're not familiar with all the items you can do, I have a video on that, on tricks for trash bags. And there's a gazillion things you can do. Now in here I have bottled water, because out in California, the more water you have, the better. Because there's not very many lakes, at least in Southern California, you can't just go find somewhere to grab water. So that's that pocket. So there's 3 waters in there. There's more water in here, but just a little extra. So that's that. Inside the main compartment, you'll see I have a number 19 Sloppy Joe. Right, it's an MRE, it has the heaters in it. The stuff's really good, we use it out on the fire line. Some of them are better than others, but reason for doing this and not using dehydrated food, at least in the vehicle, is it's less water. That means I'll have more water to drink from. Talking about drinking water, we carry a water, let me get into it, I think it's at the bottom, but basically we are a family of 4, so there's 4 sole bags, they're the little bivy sacks, so there's 4 of those, just in case. We have some parachute cord. It is 50 feet. There is a Aqua Mira. It's emergency straw. It says it'll do removes 99.9%. Weighs less than an ounce, and it's perfect for an addition to your 72-hour emergency kit. So if you don't have something similar to that, like the Life Straw or something, definitely take a look at that. We have a compass that flips up, which is also doubles as a magnifying glass. So that's nice. And this compass here, let me see if I can figure out who it's made by. Coghlan's also has a light. So it's kind of nice at night if you want to read where north is or wherever your compass is pointing. And then you notice this little plastic here. Well, this protects the battery from wearing out, so it's covering the contact. So when I really need it, I leave it long so I know, hey, something wrong here. I can pull the cover off, pull the piece of plastic out, and then the battery I know will work. So it's got a good compass, magnifying glass. Wet wipes. You can use them for all sorts of stuff. But basically for using for the restroom, or if you wanted to wash up a little bit, whatever the case may be. Once they dry out, use them for tinder for fire. And talking about tinder for fire, This tube here I got at a local lumber store. It was Home Depot. I think they use it for throwing in, you know, nuts and bolts and that kind of stuff so it doesn't get lost. But the lid pops off real easy. Dry cell, basically fuel. Got 2 packages of fire starters, 3 packages of fuel, 2 wet fires, and 2 boxes of waterproof matches in there. So should be able to start a fire with that. If not, I should practice more. Nice little medical kit for those cuts and scrapes and that kind of stuff. Added a couple things, I think, just some extra bandages and that kind of stuff. But this kit's made by Adventure Medical Kits. Comes in like a nice nylon-y, waterproof, watertight. It's got the waterproof zipper on it, so that's nice. Let's see here. Got a flashlight. Nothing fancy, same thing, but it does have the batteries to protect it as well. Just so when I need it, it'll work. Now, it can't sit in there for 20 years and you're gonna think it's gonna work. A Fox 40 micro whistle, these are awesome. If you need to signal somebody far away. And this right here is the Buck Bros little mini hacksaw. And have the blade flipped over so it doesn't damage the bag. And 4 extra or additional saw blades. Now this is good for, say your legs are, you have a, say the driver's trapped, you know, his feet get trapped underneath the pedals. And that happens a lot. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but we'll go to car accidents and they'll be pinned in there and their feet will be contorted underneath the brake pedal or you know, clutch or whatever the case may be. This is small enough you can get in there and basically self-rescue yourself or someone that's driving with you, hopefully. Just a real cheap but usable multi-tool. This was from Home Depot. It's got all different blades, saws, and stuff like that. It's kind of nice. I like the saw because a lot of knives don't have a saw. And you can make nice smooth cuts when you're building like traps for your triggers. Just another little pocket knife for carving and doing some small stuff. Very cheap, nothing fancy. So that's basically all of that. Then I have some screen in here, and this is stainless steel screen. And there's a lot of uses. It's just up to your imagination and how far out of the box you can think. But you know, you can use it for straining nasty water, you know, and you filter it through some charcoal and that kind of stuff, to catching fish with it, to using it as a stove, to, it's hard to think right off the top of my head at the time. But this stuff can be used for a lot of different items. You could unweave it and use it to tie stuff up with if you needed to. We have 50 rounds of ammunition with the little silica sand to keep it dry in there. And then a ton of emergency drinking waters. And these are still good. They're still good till 2017. These taste really good. These are Daytrex. They also make good emergency food. I've tried them both and they are very good. So if you're in the market for, you know, those blocks of calories, basically emergency ration food, don't be scared of that stuff. It tastes pretty good. It tastes like kind of like a cookie. So here's the waters. There's a bunch of waters in there. And then there's 2 more MREs. This one is the Asian beef strips. Another good, this one's pretty tasty as well. So, and again, it's not having to hydrate that dehydrated water. Using all your supply of water to basically eat. Remember that your body needs water. If you're gonna eat, you gotta have water to digest whatever food you're eating. So if you have all food and no water, you're better off not eating, because your body is going to suck the moisture out of all your organs in order to digest whatever you've eaten. So here's some more food, and these are really good. I mean, there is 3 of them in here, maybe 4. I'm gonna do some digging here. Basically, this is all just water at the bottom. Okay, so there's 3 of them in here. It doesn't say the calories, but I can tell you, after working out on the fire line for a long time, these will fill you up. These will fill you up unless you're very, very hungry or a very, very large man. There is plenty of calories here. I planned on using these and splitting them between the family. So, you know, so basically this would feed 2 people, 2 people, 2 people, and then plenty of water, like I said earlier. So if you have any questions about this stuff, you know, or if you don't have anything in your vehicle, I did a video on this as well. This is a Mayday one. I've added just a couple things to it. This goes in one of our cars. It's not as nice, doesn't have all the bivy sacks if you're stuck out. Doesn't have too much of the stuff, but I added some additional glow sticks to this one. But start somewhere. It doesn't matter, you know, if you think nothing's gonna happen, have something in your vehicle in case it breaks down. You know, and the tow truck guy's not gonna be there for 6 hours because you're way out in the middle of the desert. At least you can, or desert forest, whatever the case may be. At least you'll have a hot meal. You'll have plenty of water. You know, and if it gets cold, you have somewhere to sleep. And if it really gets cold, you can start a fire. If there's a bunch of animals out there, you need to protect yourself. Say you got a pack of wolves or whatever the case may be. You have extra additional ammunition. You got a flashlight. You got a compass so you can kind of get your bearings on what's going on. And some P-cord, gazillion things to do with this. And a saw if you're stuck or need to chop something up. If you're near a river or a stream, you can utilize this. It's for more drinking water. And if you did plummet off the side of the icy road and you go down, you might have a couple cuts and bruises that you need to get. You know, make sure you got your phone with you. And that's my 2 cents. So those of you that were asking, that's what I carry. And there's definitely items I would like to add to this. But for now, this is what it is. So everyone out there that's watching this video, have a great day. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I got some good videos coming your way you might be interested in, and I would appreciate it. So with that said, take care, and is your 6 covered? Bye.